The hypothesis that most small UFOs actually fly without beings inside them, in other words, something like drones, the fact that many UFOs are only 3 meters long indicate that there is no crew on them, unless we assume that they have tiny creatures. However, eyewitness encounters with very small aliens are actually extremely rare. In fact, there is an assumption that many UFOs do not actually have crews and are something like tracking satellites. Therefore, they're either remotely controlled or controlled in some other way, even from the non-physical world. Some of the UFO encounters show, for example, that there are small robots inside them. One of the most interesting yet confusing UFO encounters of its kind occurred in Scotland, November 9, 1979, at approximately 10:39 a.m., the Telegraph wrote. Robert Taylor, a Scottish forestry worker employed by the Livingston Development Corporation, parked his truck at the foot of Deshmont Law and went for a walk up the hill. And as he came out into a clearing, he saw a strange metal ball about 20 meters, about 60 feet. It was like a spaceship with a canopy. It was made of a dark metallic material with a rough texture. It resembled sandpaper, he said. And later, details of the story emerged from BBC reporters. They said Taylor described how the entity had 2 arms that moved towards him, and then he began to pass out and grabbed him by the legs. Taylor recovered after 20 minutes. All he could remember was the strong smell of something burning. When he got up, the craft was nothing but several deep marks on the ground. He approached his van, but was still dizzy and could not drive normally on the road, and fell with his car into a ditch due to dizziness. He saw no aliens on board this craft. The following case, on the night of April 21st, 1991, it involved a close encounter for the crew and passengers of an aircraft over London. At 9 p.m., McDonnell MD-80 pilot Achille Zighetti was startled to see an unidentified object fly directly above his plane as it flew over 22,000 feet over Kent, England. Since the UFO was no more than 1,000 feet above the aircraft, and therefore the incident was classified as very close encounter, the Civil Aviation Authority then launched a formal investigation. About 2 weeks later, they issued a statement to the media. They said the pilot stated that the object was light brown, around 3 meters long, that's about 10 feet, and had no means of propulsion. The plane was under the control of London Air Traffic Control, who saw no other craft in the vicinity, but according to the pilot's report, a faint sign on the radar appeared 10 nautical miles behind the aircrafts of Alitalia. In conclusion, it was said, the air traffic controller filed an incident report and investigations began immediately. Extensive inquiries failed to provide an explanation of what it could have been. The fact that the object was only 3 meters long indicates that there was no crew. However, encounters with tiny aliens do exist but are extremely rare, while small UFOs are seen all over the world. Another notable case may be from the archives of the UK Civil Aviation Authority, which has collected many UFO reports, including cases involving UFOs that were too small to have crews. Such a report states the following. June 21st, 1982, in Brindisi, Italy, an unidentified object was observed by the pilots. The object flew to the left at the same altitude as the plane, the FL-230, and 2 miles away. It was the size of a car. The object turned but did not change its trajectory. So this is still mysterious. All these sightings are still mysteries. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.